for Thursday. Sunday will be the first Sunday of Advent as we prepare for Christmas. Now, Advent literally means the arrival of a notable person, thing, or event. Well, I don't know of any better event than Christmas, the arrival of Jesus Christ. Of course, we celebrate his birthday on December 25th with all of the things that go along with that. You know, there's a verse in Scripture. It's found in Galatians 4:4. I'm going to read it to you from several different translations. This is from the New Living Translation, and it says, "But when the right time came, God sent his son, born of a woman, subject to the law." The New International Version says, "But when the set time had fully come, God sent his son, born of a woman, born under the law." The New King James Version reads this way, "But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his son, born of a woman, born under the law." So what does the right time, the set time, the fullness of time mean? Well, that phrase in and of itself is full of meaning, and it means basically three things. First of all, politically, it was the right time. Why? Because the Roman Empire was at its height of power. Roads were fairly safe to travel. In fact, the Roman Empire provided the roads to travel on. The government was pretty good and just provided a good sense of peace, and you could travel without much worry. And so politically, it was good. Culturally, the world was more unified than it had ever been. The world had one common language. It was Greek, and the common people spoke Koine Greek. And so that's the dialect of the New Testament. And so you have culturally, the world is becoming much more educated, and most people spoke Greek, and some did speak Latin. Spiritually, the world was diverse and open. The Greek and Roman polytheism were gradually being replaced with the rational and secular philosophies and even emperor worship. There was becoming a renewed interest in scriptures. That's when you see the rise of the Pharisees who did teach scripture. And so there was a hunger for scripture, a hunger for something new. Jesus could not have come at a more perfect time. Jesus could not have come at a time when people were more receptive. I mean, the prophecies of the Old Testament had been prophesied for thousands of years, and now had been 400 years of silence since the last words of the Old Testament. Jesus now arrives. He burst onto the scene quietly, right there in Bethlehem, and it was the perfect time. And yet, even though it was the perfect time, people still missed him. Man, I encourage you this Christmas season, as we begin, slow down. Slow down. It is still the perfect time. The only question is, will you take time? Man, God bless you. Thank you for joining me this morning. I look forward to seeing you Sunday morning at 9:45 and 11 at Meadowbrook Baptist. God bless and have a great weekend.